situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Tonight we kick off Week 6 with a great Thursday night matchup, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the New York Giants. Alongside my partner Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you take a look at this Giants ball club. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
About set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night primetime. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. They're led onto the field by their quarterback, a man who's made quite the name for himself in the NFL, and that's Russell Wilson.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3 to 1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he's probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
That's complete. It's Neighbors. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
It's a gain of 14 yards. And the Giants first down.
Wilson now off the bootleg. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. The Giants at 2-3 here to begin the new season. They were winners the last time out, so they'll be looking here to make it 2 in a row.
And when you and I watched tape prepared for this, what we saw was a team that competed hard. And they played well all 3 phases of the game. I think if they can carry that over to this week, they've got a really good chance to emerge victorious yet again.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
They'll go again with Tracy. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. The numbers for him from a week ago, 24 carries, 76 yards.
Well, obviously, he didn't have a great deal of time between games, having to turn around on a short week and get ready for Thursday night football. But he said in pregame he was feeling pretty good and felt more recovered from last week's contest than he would have expected. Didn't seem to think this short week was going to affect him much as he chases a big performance here in prime time.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. That's good for a 1st down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive.
That's another Giants first down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want their body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 6. Now the first carry for Devin Singletary. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
And the Giants first down. 1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
That was excellent from start to finish, from the blocking to the running, just well executed.
And now let's look ahead, because after that, how about a little play action, maybe a little bootleg, and get the quarterback out on the corner and give him a little run pass option.
They're right down here looking for 6. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal?
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 2.
On the ground, here's the 4th-round pick from April's draft. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. Looking to cash in on this opening drive. Here's 3rd and goal. Here's the sneak with Wilson. And he takes it into the end zone for a Giant TD. Russell Wilson with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Giants will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Extra point try good by Gano. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it was Russell Wilson finishing things off with a touchdown run. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
And the guys on the other side of the ball know they'll have to be on their toes. And it's obviously not just the passing, but the running element that makes him dangerous. He ran for over 100 yards in that game last week, so keeping him contained will be a big emphasis for this defense.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Hurts. He's got Smith here. A gain of 8 there on the play. And it's 3rd and 4 now.
That's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Hurts sets up to throw it. He's going deep for Brown. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A.J. Brown, 61 yards. And the Eagles are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it.
Picked up by the offense. This is a live ball. So after the block PAT, they're ready to kick this one off. And able to get this out to the 25. The Giants offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And the numbers have looked good this season. Case in point right here. He is up there among the NFL leaders in TD passes. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
Play clock down to 0, and that's going to be a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that will be incomplete.
And this is what you wanted to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3 and out, and giving the ball back to their offense.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Throwing is Hurts. There's a short throw taken in by Bryant. Here's 3rd and 3.
A 7-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. Well, so much for that possession.
Yeah, I think he tried to do a little too much there, partner. He tried to keep it himself. Ended up getting buried in the backfield, and that brings up 4th down.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. This is brought in at the 21. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. New York set to take the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Yeah, this will be a Giants 1st down as good running gets them to about the 44. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. Down the left sideline. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18. 80 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start.
1st down.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 10. Throwing is Wilson. He gets it left side of Johnson. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. Now it's Wilson. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Buried for the sack by big Jalen Carter.
We're talking about how teams are so competitively matched and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down.
Graham Gano for the Giants field goal. A 36-yard attempt.
Gano's kick is good. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 27-yard line.
Smith catches left side. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
Devontae Smith. 5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
10-6 the score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession. Here now, 3rd and a yard. As they've got it as we resume action. On the sneak, it's Hurts. And he is going to have an Eagles first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
A gain of 1 yard.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
But give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. He was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice game.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
That's another Eagles first down. A gain of 12.
Got exactly what they wanted there out of the RPO and had the defense out of position.
One word for you there. Excellent. Because he read all the keys properly, made the right decision, and look at the result. Pretty substantial game.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup.
Here's Hurts to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Brown. And A.J. going to pick up an Eagles first down as he'll get this down inside the 20. Throw right side, complete to Dotson. This is 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end over the middle. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Dallas Goedert, his first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles have taken the lead.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
Elliott on for the extra point. And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And the drive was all finished off on the touchdown catch by Dallas Goedert. Able to slither by. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Wilson. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Jalen Carter able to record his 5th sack of the season. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. The Eagles offense and Jalen Hurts ready to take over once more. And he's been a real threat, not just with the arm, but with the wheels as well. NFL's leader amongst quarterbacks in terms of rushing touchdowns. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
That's good for the Eagles. First down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
He'll drop to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Smith. 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
In motion left comes Brown. From the gun, it's Hurts. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. And Devontae going to pick up the Eagles' first down as he'll get the ball down inside the 30.
And an Eagles first down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
On the option left, it's Hurts. Dances by at the 20. Hurts fumbles it. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
He was having success there holding on to it on the option, but ultimately problems downfield, and it results in a turnover.
Yeah, and this is a tough one because you know you'd prefer to have your quarterback either heading to the sidelines or getting down at the end of the play. But you've got an aggressive one. He's fighting for extra yardage, and he gets stripped there. You don't need him to be a hero in that situation. You want your quarterback taking care of himself.
The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. From the 38 now, here's 2nd down and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 38-yard line.
Now Wilson, option right. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Give him 4 yards as he does it himself, and it's a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
And quickly into the hands of Robinson. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
Robinson. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Singletary, they'll go up the middle. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. On first down, they stick with Singletary. He's able to force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. 2nd down. To throw is Wilson.
He's got this complete to Robinson.
And he has another first down as he'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 21. 23 yards the pickup there.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Play action. Now Wilson. Catch made by Slayton. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
11 more yards. That's another.
Here's Wilson.
First down.
Touchdown. Devin Singletary. A 9-yard touchdown ground.
And the Giants have regained the lead.
See, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag.
And they'll accept that penalty.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field.
Charles, you got to think the #1 goal here is ball security. Remember, last drive they coughed it up, then they allowed the touchdown, and now they're trailing on the scoreboard.
Boy, the way you described it makes me think that that one actually hurt them 3 times. The fumble cost them potential points. Then they watched their opponent get a touchdown off of the fumble. And third, they lost the lead as a result. Really tough sequence right there. I don't think coaches have to remind them to hold on to the football. They've just got to find a way to get it done.
Eagles, first down.
In motion right is Smith.
1st and 10 at the 47.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep as he'll go instead with Barkley.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's second down and 8.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. And this one complete to Smith.
This now a 3rd and 4.
Devontae Smith.
Looking to throw.
Now Hurts is going to do it himself.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first.
First down. A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Philadelphia.
He'll look to throw. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. This short throw caught by Goddard. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
Dallas Goddard. Out of bounds at the 23-yard line. A 6-yard
to throw again on second down.
Hurts. Target is to Dotson, and he's got him.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 12-yard line.
That's another
Hurts.
First down.
They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
From the 4, it's 2nd and a couple.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
It'll be Hurts on the option.
Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out.
And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Saquon Barkley as the first half is winding down.
And the Eagles have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
Elliott now to add the extra point. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. A 10-play drive that time.
And it's capped off by a receiving touchdown from Saquon Barkley. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Here comes Darius Slayton from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play. So halftime is upon us on Thursday night prime time, and we go off to Orlando and Scott Hansen for our halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Scott Hansen with you from the EA Studios in Orlando. This has been a heck of a game so far. Just a field goal separating these two squads. You have to imagine both sides are trying to figure out how to clean things up, put some touchdowns up in the second half. Let's find out what goes on in the third quarter. Back out to the stadium and our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The solid stiff arm.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
So here are the Eagles to take over. Last week they defeated the Broncos, and they've got the lead here as well as they work with a 1st and 10.
Is going to be hit and taken down to the ground.
Dexter Lawrence Able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
Over the middle here to Brown.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
11 yards on the pickup. It's now 3rd and 3.
Throwing is Hurts. There's a short throw taken in by Bryant. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
A first down carry for Barkley.
And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43.
It's a gain of 11. That's another Eagles first
They
down.
keep it with Barkley on first down. And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
Brought down at the 35-yard
Second
line.
and a couple.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Back to throw. He's got Smith here.
Smith. A gain of 6. That's another Eagles first down.
They go play action with Hurts.
That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
And an Eagles first down.
They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
At the 13-yard line.
They'll look to throw.
And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert.
So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Here's Hurts to throw. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. Looking to put a drive together.
He'll give it to Singletary here to start the drive.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
He was brought down by
2nd down and a yard.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 35-yard line.
Singletary again. Gets around him.
And this will be a Giants first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Taken down back at the 42.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson.
Left side, he's got Robinson.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
Wilson. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for New York. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 48 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a third down.
Third and 3.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. He'll try to pick it up himself.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
First down. It's a gain of 25 yards. First down, Eagles.
Up the middle with Barkley. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Bobby Okereke making that tackle.
On the play. Second and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Hurts completing this one quickly.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on third down.
It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's
Back to throw here.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Giants are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. So this offense moving the ball well, trying to open up a 2-score lead here in the third quarter, but now potentially a play that could have big ramifications.
Yeah, you've driven the ball down the field. Things are looking up, but it takes just one bad decision to throw things off the rails.
New York set to take the field.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. First and 10.
It's complete to Robinson. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled.
It's a gain of 11. And the Giants first down.
Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes.
Nolan Smith
A loss of 5.
in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
At the 22
Well, Parker, I would say just avoid play action, but that's not just been the problem. This defense, they've been getting pressure on all types of pass plays and really piling up the sacks in this contest.
Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's second and 15. Throwing is Wilson. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
It's a gain of
Give him 32 on the play.
And the Giants first down. First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Well, this is where an offense needs to show what it's made of, and in fact, where a quarterback needs to show what he's made of, trying to engineer a fourth quarter comeback, and he hits a big one right there.
Singletary trying the left side. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a second and 7.
Out of bounds at the 43-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up second and
to throw is Wilson.
He'll get this out wide to Singletary.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
A gain of 10 yards.
Another good completion on the drive as the Giants have a first down.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
A give up the middle to Singletary. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
They'll start on the ground with Scatteroo.
Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
10 at the 22-yard line.
Singletary here running out of the gun. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Eagles' 23-yard line.
Here's Wilson. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Now Wilson.
Hyatt there to grab it.
And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration.
A new lease on life after the 4th down conversion. Here's 1st and 10.
They'll run out of the gun with Singletary. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line.
We've got an injured player, and that's running back Devin Singletary, who's in some discomfort.
We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10.
Now Wilson running left on the option. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. The Giants on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
It's a gain of 6.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
1 score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Wilson, he's going to keep it.
The decision to go for it pays off, and now they're set up 1st and goal. Little read option, the end result, the first down, so a good read.
And the way teams are running it nowadays, they've added variety to it. You know, the original way was you read the defensive end. If he crashes down, you pull it and you go. Now they may not even block that person, may end up reading the linebacker, may read the cornerback. Just depends on how they want to block it up. In any case, this worked well for them.
The Eagles' 2-yard line.
Oh, how about this call down near the goal line?
Oh, this one, and they need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
The play lost a yard.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal.
This is caught. It's Robinson with a Giants touchdown.
A 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Giants' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
A very important extra point there, up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this fourth quarter. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. He'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Hurts. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Brian Burns in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. That time, Charles, great job keeping him in the pocket and not letting him escape.
And, Brandon, I think this was a great example of the front and the back working together, meaning the back covering, no place to go with the football. And the front, terrific job on the edge so he couldn't escape outside. And then, of course, the inside pressure kept him hemmed in as well.
And a fair catch called for and taken right on the midfield stripe. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Giants will begin this drive in good shape, 1st and 10. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Over the middle, he completes it to Robinson. From the 44 now, here's 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 44-yard line.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down.
Hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up.
We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Now Wilson. Ball's going to let this go for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Just because you've got the lead in the 4th, it doesn't mean you have to play it safe. I like the aggressive play call there to push it downfield. That time, it didn't work out.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long.
And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34.
84 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
A gain of 30. And an Eagle 1st down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch victory.
4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long.
Back to throw.
Pass complete. Goddard.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
He's back to throw. It's caught. Smith. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first.
Too far for a field goal. They've got to go. It's fourth down. Oh, he had to force it there on fourth down, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland.
And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that, because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
And the Giants ready to come out now.
And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all three timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. They've got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down. And he is going to have a New York first down, and the Giants are going to win the football game.
Now a timeout called for by the defense as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Wilson wants to throw it. And he slings one that's incomplete. An incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
And 10 yards to go.
Singletary going to get the handoff.
The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to get the lead up to 4.
55-yard attempt.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. Wow.
So that changes everything. Everything. I mean, instead of adding to their 4th quarter lead with a field goal, they surrender the lead on the block and return.
And how about the awareness defensively? Because it's one thing to block it. It's absolutely another to locate it, scoop it, and take it the other way. Just an incredible job right there.
Eagles offense staying out there. Of course, Hurts always a threat to run. They'll go for 2.
The Eagles will set up for the 2-point conversion.
They're going to try and run. And he is not going to make it. So they won't be able to move this lead up to a touchdown as it'll remain a 5-point ball game.
An unsuccessful attempt at the 2-point conversion. And it's a triple option play. And they chose option 1, handing it to the fullback. And that's not normal.
And sometimes you just miss your read key, right?
Yeah, I think so. And sometimes they actually call that, thinking that maybe everyone will bypass the fullback going out to the tailback or the quarterback. But in this case, they overwhelmed them and stopped him.
Here's 1st and 10.
Now Wilson. That ball caught by Slayton. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
That's caught by Johnson.
The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
He'll try to pick it up himself.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
This offense cannot stop the clock now. No timeouts remaining as they come up here first down. Another try, 2nd and 10 now.
Throwing now is Wilson.
Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete. What a kickoff to the week this has been. Now a big play. It's 3rd down. That one too wide and incomplete.
And a great game comes down to this. Time for one play, and they've got to get it in the end zone.
And I want every cover guy I've got in the game on defense, every extra defensive back who can make a play on the football.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one.
Down to a knee goes Hurts, and that is going to be that. What a finish in this one, Charles. You know, this group, they come in, they have to fight a hostile atmosphere every snap. They get the late score, they get the victory, and that flight home, it's going to be a little sweeter after this one.
And Brandon, just like you, I was fired up for that last sequence. How about that? Wouldn't you have loved to have been in the huddle when they were mounting that game-winning drive? Big-time moment. No one shied away from it. They tuned out the crowd, kept their heads, and executed the way they needed to earn that win.
So for Philadelphia, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week, where they take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.